darling. How are you?
I'm joining you today from a hitherto new location for my turns on Wonderbirds. I'm sat in one of my mother's armchairs. I've popped over to do a weekly shot. The laptop is currently rested on a Josephine Cox novel.
Excuse me, could you rewind that?
Yeah, I know, literally surrounded by and possibly one of the most sinister things I've seen, even in this current season of Halloween guising and at the bleak midwinter that we're currently in.
Ooh.
Anyone?
Scary Mary.
Ooh. Oh my God.
Absolutely terrified. I believe it may even be musical.
Oh,
we probably haven't got the rights for it, so I won't play it. It'll cost us a fortune.
We're putting obviously D on the bonfire.
So, yeah, bonfire night, and what a night it was as well. If only we could have celebrated in style, because of course the weather was absolutely beautiful. Certainly was where we were, and a few fireworks in the spirit of it, but lovely and misty, Baltic enough to fancy bobbing an apple if you're so inclined. And I see.
Eddie, how dare you? This is a morning show. We don't talk about bobbing.
It's not the bobbing, it's the getting back up. I know, darling.
There you go.
So D, another extraordinary effort.
yes, thank you. Well, you see, the thing is, I wasn't sure what you meant by guising. I thought that was like in disguise or something. So then I thought,
right.
No, I'll tell you what. So this is actually Guy Fawkes in disguise as a guy.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I owe you all sincerely an apology, because I think guising was in my vernacular, because as we've said on the show before, I was brought up in Scotland, and so we used to go guising, which is like that's the trick or treating up in Scotland, and it started, I think, in the 1600s or something. We've all been around a while, but so I confused the guising with the Guy Fawkes, and obviously the Guy Fawkes is when people would potter around and have a straw man, Wurzel Gummidge in a wheelbarrow, and beg for coin. And D, frankly, I would throw a check at you, my love.
There you go. Can't ask for more.
What have you got, Harriet?
I've done a bit of crafting as usual. This is my guys. But what he is really is a perfect boyfriend. And it's, listen.
I'd rather spend time with you.
Can you hear him?
Yeah.
He is a perfect boyfriend. So he says, oh, of course, your mother can stay for another week. I mean, literally, I'll just take this off.
Oh, bless him.
But they're all funny. You've got to listen to the end.
Why don't you just relax and let me make dinner tonight?
This is what keeps. This is my boyfriend, and that was my guising boyfriend, because whenever I feel down.
Can't your mother stay another week?
Well, I've got the best.
That's all my crafting. I'm sorry. Go on. Sorry,
Perfect
Debbie.
Partner, darling. Perfect partner.
Yeah, I know.
Are you ready for mine?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Oh, it's Richard Arnold.
Darling.
Yeah.
Is it life size, Debbie?
Yes.
Oh,
wow.
She wins, Richard. Hands down, she wins.
Oh, she does.
Is that actually a thing? I even recognize that suit. I mean, it's a throwback.
What's so funny about this, Richard, is I keep forgetting he's there. So every time I walk into my wardrobe, you're in my cupboard.
Did you know that?
You see?
So brilliant.
Why is his head so big?
It isn't.
Thank
It's
you.
just the way. It's the angle. I can put him in half.
I have
There
seen
you
it. I have seen it all out. The head does look enormous, and as you know,
It's
my head. We often
enormous.
joke about it. It is, yeah, my head is big, very big in real life. Back in the closet at last. What a relief for everyone. And finally, after all these years, finally off the market. Well,
Yeah,
you know.
there you are. Just put you here.
I'll tell you what I am. Oh, and there you are, true to form. I'm going down. So anyway, we'll be back. Stop it.
It's the
Lose it in
morning,
the edit.
Richard.
No, I'm
Not
falling
throbbing.
down. Of course.
There you are.
Falling down. It's because my center of gravity is too high, as we've always said on this show. So I've fallen down. There you have it.
It was
Well, that's fantastic.
It's the best thing I've ever bought, and it's made me laugh so much.
And that
Such a
is
treat.
brilliant.
I can
It
only
is
imagine.
good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's great. What sort of
I stand
state
up
that's gonna
beside
be
you. Hold on.
in? Yeah, go on.
Oh, if I could try and stand up beside you.
Darling. A perfect.
Oh,
Ah,
Sweet.
yeah. It's funny you've done that, and I'm still feeling nothing. But anyway, we'll keep trying, girls. We'll keep trying. We'll get there. We'll get there. It is lockdown 2 after all. Sherry, how are you coping with lockdown 2, darling?
well, I don't like it, Richard. I just feel it's. In fact, I didn't know what guising meant.
No, well, I clearly didn't either.
Well, I will tell you what I did buy for my 16-month-old granddaughter. I bought this little potty, and it was online, and it must be from America or somewhere, and it's got a boy's voice, and I thought this might be good for guising. So when you do a wee, it goes, "Oh, well done," and then when you do a poo, it goes, "Oh, let's all clap." Ah! It's the funniest thing, but you have to do a big enough poo for it to clap. So that would be of my guising, but of course I can't have it because my granddaughter needs it. But no, as far as lockdown's concerned, Richard, I find it really, this one I think has affected me more. We've only been in it 2 days.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think
Okay.
Chihuahua,
Yeah.
hold on, I'm so sorry. Stop it!
Oh.
That's
I've
my
got
guising
a
as well.
Chihuahua as well. I know how she feels. You have to
Yeah.
keep it exercised.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Don't ask. She keeps talking about her Chihuahua
And how she keeps it exercised.
and
I
how she
do.
needs to cut her
Yeah.
bush outside in her
Mhm.
front garden
Mhm.
or whatever. And we've tried to
Yeah.
stop her, but she won't listen.
No, she won't stop talking about it.
So how are you doing, Richard? What are you
I'm-
feeling?
Yeah, well, I'm lucky enough to still be going into work every morning, but it's a quick in and
Yes.
out, no lingering, and then either pop by, check on mum, or go home. But as you say, it's only been sort of 48 hours, so I'm braced for a lot of dog walking and a lockdown with an end in sight. It's certainly been penciled in it, so you can sort of focus on that. We've done it before. I know we can get through it.
I know.
We were chatting about it at work, and I was saying to people, it's weird because you know you can do it. You've done it before. We've got the rhythm of it. We know this narrative, but there are elements of it that I didn't like at all last time, and that was how empty the streets were. But I think obviously having the kids still going to school, and
Yeah.
there seems to be a little bit more life out there. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I don't feel that, in my case anyway, this great city of ours is sort of, its beating heart is still going, even if obviously the streets are a little bit emptier, but it doesn't feel
Yeah.
quite as apocalyptic. But it's only been 48 hours, but I am very positive. I know we can do this. I know we can raise a titter every Saturday morning. And it's, as I've always said, it's company for me.
Yes.
And also, darling, you see, I have you in my house now.
Which is ideal.
Very lucky. I'm
Darling,
very
it's-
jealous.
Darling, we are talking to security, so don't worry. And when you say you
Matron.
raise a titter, we raise a titter, not without a strong bra, we don't, dear. Let me just say that.
No. I know that the boulder holders on this show are phenomenal, and they do need to be.
Yes,
in your
darling,
case.
underwiring a go-go.
Harriet, you've moved location as well, Harriet.
Darling, I
There's
try
a
and mix
lever
and
blind.
match. Anything to
Yes.
make a difference, you know.
Bit
just
of
try and-
variety.
Yes, bit
Change
of
the
variety, dear.
story, yeah.
Yeah.
Dee, what are you coming as next week, dear?
Well,
Well, darling,
what is the challenge for
What
next
do you
week?
think
Oh,
is the
my
theme, darling?
Goodness. I don't know. What can we talk about? Well, there's always something to talk about. We always try to fill dead air. But what the challenge next weekend? Where are we?
Well, we'll come up for a challenge for you.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Touche!
right.
That's a
Oh,
good idea,
yeah.
Sherry.
Say,
Yeah.
that sounds good. I will rise
You
to
wait
it as
and
best
see.
I possibly can. You'll basically
Yeah.
cut to me next week, and it will be a cardboard cutout in my absence.
Another one of me, Richard. A cardboard
Let's-
cutout
Of all
of
of
me in
us.
your house.
And I'll see what I can fashion for you,
Yeah,
ladies. Once
that's
again,
what you should do.
You're an
I'm going to have
absolute
such
joy.
fun with him. He's going to be in my bed. Yeah, I'm going to take him everywhere with me.
He looks like he's a flasher to me.
I was going to say, no drawing on that.
It looks like
No.
any minute now he's going to go, woo!
I do
Whoa.
feel like, you know, it's like those you know, the dolls of old, or the ones you used to cut out and you just flap the clothes around with a little
Yes.
tab.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
one of those-
right.
I think by the end of the run, when we get to Christmas at least, you're going to be styling that every week,
Yeah.
Debbie, with a little something from your wardrobe.
Ooh.
So let's see if we can't frock him up next week.
That's
We could
so
all get
brilliant,
one.
Debbie.
And a nice
Okay, I'm
wig.
going to start dressing him up very soon.
Oh.
Well, I mean, of course, we've got to get the just wait. Got to keep
I
it
love
clean now,
you.
haven't we?
Well, we've got to keep it clean. And speaking of that, I suppose I ought to get back up to Mother and hope that she'll do a slow clap when I finally have a bowel movement, even at the tender age of 50.
I think
You
I
need
think
the
we need to
potty.
have
I'll
that
send you a
Terry.
potty.
I was going to say we need to have those potties.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
please.
Mother, I'm sure Mother probably has one. Story for another time. I'll see you next weekend, girls.
Love
Bye,
you,
darling.
darling.
I'm so
Love
glad
you,
you're
darling.
mum.
Bye.